Hello all my lovely cameos, welcome back to my channel. My name is Violin and it's the full moon today, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of a full moon monthly reading for you. A moonthly reading for you. A little disclaimer before we begin, this is really all just for fun and tasty sounds, but if you feel like any of this was helpful or you resonated with any of the messages, or even if you just got some really good tingles, then I'm happy to have worked a little bit of light in your life. Okay, let's get started. Now, the format of this video will be a little bit similar to Ethan Lazzarini monthly readings. It'll be divided into two parts. The first part will consist of a crystal reading. I don't know if you can see all the crystals I have back here on my bookshelf, but we're going to pick some crystals, and we'll have some affirmations to go with that. Ideally, I would use the Crystal Portal Oracle and the Crystal Affirmations deck by Moonstruck, but they're not here yet, so I'm going to have to improvise. And then the second part of this video will be choosing one card out of each of these decks from Rebecca Campbell. We've got the Rose Oracle, the Healing Waters Oracle, and the Starseed Oracle. And you can pick one or two or all three cards, and it'll be a little additional message that can help you work your light with the crystals that are selected for you in the first part of the video. Alright, welcome to the crystal portion of this video. In this part, I'm going to pick two crystals from each of the Crystal Portal Oracle and Crystal Affirmations deck. Again, I don't have the physical decks with me, so I had to improvise a little bit and research my own affirmations for this. We're going to pick two of them, and the first one is going to be your main crystal for the month. It'll be the one that you can work with the most if you're really serious into this, or you can just have it as like a buddy with you if you're not as serious into this. And then the second one will be a support crystal that can assist you in working with the first crystal. According to the magical wheel spin, your main crystal for this moon is citrine. Citrine has this warm reddish color to it, or at least the heat-treated citrines do. Natural citrine is more of like a lemony yellow color, and I actually have one in my collection somewhere, my original collection, and I'll actually be doing a video on that sometime, so stay tuned. But citrine is really a crystal of abundance. A lot of themes that go with citrine are manifestation, fulfillment, and confidence.
The Crystal Portal Oracle Guidebook, which can be found at moonstruckcrystals.com, has this to say about citrine. Now is the time to manifest what you've been seeking. Let go of a scarcity mindset and bask in the glow of endless possibilities. Just as citrine never wavers in its brilliance, may you stand unwavering in your belief in yourself and your abilities. Manifest abundance with a heart full of confidence, knowing that you are worthy of all the universe has to offer. You are a radiant being, destined for greatness, so shine bright and let your confidence propel you towards your dreams. Ask and you will receive. The universe has your back.
And the affirmation that goes with citrine for this month is, my life naturally gravitates towards success. I embrace confidence, prosperity, and joyful enthusiasm. And according to the magical wheel spin, your support crystal for the month is aragonite. Now, I don't actually have this crystal anywhere in my collection, but it'll be interesting to see if it ever comes up for me. Aragonite is a reddish crystal, kind of looks like it has hexagons shooting out. I'll post a picture somewhere. But aragonite is a wanderlust crystal. It kind of revolves around themes of embracing the unknown, change, and also grounding. So a nice grounding crystal to go with the more spiritual, higher vibrations of the citrine.
The Crystal Portal Oracle Guidebook has this to say about aragonite. The Wanderlust card embodies exploration and self-discovery. Aragonite signifies grounding and connection to nature, urging you to embark on a journey of inner and outer exploration. This card prompts you to trust your inner compass, follow your heart's desires, and embrace the unknown as you navigate towards new experiences and endless possibilities. And the affirmation that goes with aragonite for this month is, I am spiritually grounded and connected. Aragonite guides and anchors my spiritual journey.
So to sum it up, your main crystal for this moon is citrine, having to do with abundance. And then your support crystal for the month is aragonite, having to do with wanderlust. It really feels like these crystals go hand in hand because one is about embracing abundance and working towards manifesting it, and then the other one is also about embracing change and keeping yourself grounded. So a really great pairing for this month. I encourage you to look around at what it is that you have, maybe not even just necessarily physical things or material things, but like spiritual things like relationships, maybe opportunities, maybe even look around at your surroundings. I think abundance is everywhere and sometimes we don't always realize it. So this is a really great opportunity to just dive in to that wealth that we sometimes don't realize that we have, but also staying grounded, using that to keep yourself in the here and now. I think it's really important to remember that when you're working towards something in the future, that you also be mindful of what it is you already have now in the present. Because you probably are working, all of us, I think, at some point or another are working for something better in the future, and that is great, that is awesome. Absolutely keep chasing that, and also appreciate what it is you have in the present because you already have so much. And I think a lot of us really need that sometimes. Alrighty, so now we're going to go into the pick a card portion of this video. We've got the Rose Oracle, the Healing Waters Oracle, and the Starseed Oracle. And I'll be shuffling all of these and picking a card from each of them. So let's get started. And we're going to put the guidebook and the attunement cards off to the side. I really love the artwork on these so much. Katie Luis and Danielle Noel did such a fantastic job on each of these. And I already have posted the videos to the Rose Oracle and the Starseed Oracle, and the Healing Water Oracle unboxing video is coming up this next Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. And let's not forget that I also need those cards. I had the rest of the cards set aside. I had some cards set aside for some of my shorts. I've been doing shorts where we go through each of the cards in each of these decks. So I did some for the Rose Oracle, and then I did some for the Starseed Oracle, and I was going to do some for the Water Oracle as well. So I had some of those set aside. And again, I really just love these boxes and just the entire thing. They just feel so nice. And I have thought about getting like more of Rebecca's decks, but with what I have now, I really feel content. The Work Your Light Oracle, which is probably, I don't remember if that's the first one she came out with. I think that's the first one she came out with. But that one is a really great beginner deck if you're interested in working with oracle cards. But when I was looking at the pictures online, I was like, not so sure. And after going through all of these, I really appreciate the nuance that are in each of these cards, and that one just felt really more straightforward and a lot more beginner than I was hoping for. And then the Ancient Stones one that she has out now also didn't really resonate with me. So yeah, I went with these guys, and I'm really so happy that I did. They're all very, very beautiful. Only problem I have is these are a bit too big for my hands, even if I have long fingers. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Not that fun to shuffle if you don't know how to do the shuffle where you go or so we just do it like this. And I did kind of give them all a little bit of a good shuffle beforehand, so yeah. Because again, I was working on shorts videos for these. Just going through each of the individual cards. And again, I am still new to the ASMR aspect, so I don't know how much is coming through on the video, so we'll see when we find out. Let me go back and watch it. It's good and shuffled. The only problem with these two decks is that the backs of the cards are exactly the same, so you can't tell which one is up or down. The Starseed Oracle actually has a different design on top and bottom, so it's got the swirly galaxy on the top. And that makes it easy to orient what side is right, up and down. Alright, these are all good and shuffled. And now we'll begin. I'm going to select the top card from each of these decks. We've selected our cards. Now you can choose the Rose card, the Water card, or the Star card. You can pick 1, 2, or all 3 of these cards. And again, this is all for fun, but if any of these messages resonate with you and are helpful to you, then that's awesome. This is what I work for. Now, if you picked the Rose card, you got the Grandmothers. An interesting choice. This one is the message is remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. Now this one is about remembering your roots and really just relying on ancient wisdom and the teachings that your ancestors basically had. So if you're picked this card, it looks like you are wanting to work with ancestral teachings and kind of almost like taking a step back, I think, because perspective sometimes like a perspective shift sometimes gives you new information that you would not have gotten if you had stayed in the perspective that you had been before. The guidebook says when this card appears in a spread, it's an invitation to reach all the way back, to go forward, to reach your roots deep, to soar high. The ancient grandmothers are calling for you to remember the wisdom of your ancestry long before colonialism severed so much that's sacred, before the rise and fall of empires and entire civilizations, all the way back to the origins of humanity. So this one is also acknowledging the difficulties and kind of those similarities that a lot of trials and tribulations that are occurring today also have similarities to what occurred back when your ancestors were alive. We've seen it before. History sometimes goes in cycles and it repeats, and it's really important to, again, learn from the past and the lessons that we had to learn back then, that your ancestors had to learn back then. They're still applicable today. So, yeah, just relying on that wisdom. If you picked the water card, selected deep sea diving. Ooh, this one is Way of the Mystic. Learn through experiencing depths. So this one is really about going through experiences and gaining wisdom and teachings, basically, from that. It's really important to experience all sorts of things because there's so much to be learned in all of these experiences. This kind of goes hand in hand with exploring the outer world and the inner world, which is what mystics kind of do. We explore um, the world around us and our connection to it, but also our connection with our inner worlds and the spiritual. So it looks like you're going through really just um, seeing the sacred in everything it is that you do, following the intelligence that's with you. This is, the guidebook says, most learn through reading books and following processes. The way of the mystic is much deeper, more experiential, and feminine. It requires faith and courage. It demands that you disregard external maps and be led from within. And while every step of the journey might not be clearly marked, the way ahead always emerges, and the transformation cannot be replicated. So it looks like you have got some education coming your way. I'm really excited to see what experiences you're going to go through. If you picked the Star card, you got the Cosmic Heart. This one is Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. So this one is kind of more about making your life an act of worship, as we sometimes call it in the Christian church. Making everything that you do kind of like a form of communion with the spiritual and also the physical as well, like getting yourself um, kind of in tune with your surroundings and nature, but also with the spiritual. Um, the guidebook says there are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul's seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive, rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. So this one is kind of, again, devotion, and committing yourself to whatever it is that you've decided you're going to embark on. This is also a card of like recentering yourself. Maybe what you've been doing has kind of lost like its effect, like its oomph. and you're being gently nudged to turn your gaze within and just kind of like reassess where it is that you're at, and refocus and do what it is that you basically feel gives the most impact. And thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, or subscribe to my channel. I will be linking all of the things that I used and the appropriate channels, or trying to leave cards somewhere on the screen. Feel free to visit their channels, give them some love, and I will see you all next time. Have a happy full moon!